hear you snoring just now. You can't be completely gone. Come on, wake up. Look at the light. There you go. Excellent. There are those eyes. Come on. Open them up. Great. Look at the light. Okay. Look at the light. Can you see it? Can you see it on my hands? Okay. Don't you worry. You're in a safe place, a sanctuary, so to speak. You are in good hands. We will keep you protected here. Now, do tell me, what happened tonight? I know you weren't supposed to transform yet. It's rather strange. You drank an elixir. Let's just see in my book here. I see. Was it perhaps the blue elderflower elixir? Oh dear. Who gave it to you? I see. Well, they were not right to give you that. You were not ready. Yeah, I can see you were overwhelmed. I know, it's okay. Look, it can happen to the best of us, okay? The main thing is that you're okay, that you were found, okay, by the right people, the right creatures, and that you are safe and sound. Okay. You want me to look at your paw? Yeah. Okay, no problem. Okay. So, what exactly happened here? Let me just have a little look with my light here. Yeah. Okay, well, I can see there's just a little bit of, dirt. Ah, I see here. A little indentation. Okay. That's just fine. We'll have a proper examination of this later, okay? Just want to make sure that you are feeling alright. What about the other paw? Not as painful? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you seem a little bit cold to the touch, but nothing out of the ordinary, I'd say. Okay. Right, well, were you already told when you would be transforming back? No? Okay, well, you can see the light here just fine. Do you see any strange specks or anything when you see the light here? No, nothing? Okay. Let me just take a closer look. Just for a second here. Can you look up for me? No, just keep your head still. Okay, just want to look at the light here. Getting at the eye. Look down. Okay, and to the right. To your left. Okay, excellent. Right, and could you look to the side with your head this time? Just a little bit. Okay, now switch to the other side again. Okay, I see. Interesting. Okay, face the center again. Right. Tell me when you can see the light if you focus on the center of my face. Good. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay. I see. Okay, can you see the light through my fingers passing through here? Other side. You can see the shadow and the movements. brilliant, right? Well, let's have a little closer inspection of you. If you don't mind, I'm just going to gently snip off a piece of your fur right here. Snip. Now we're going to put this in here. We need to collect some samples of the first transformation, okay, just so that we can look at them properly. We want to do this just to be extra careful, because sometimes when you are given these elixirs, you could have turned into a creature that is only half werewolf or a quarter werewolf even, and we want to make sure that you were only given something very mild in comparison, because otherwise it could occasionally wreak havoc on your actual real transformation. So yes, and by the way, if you do hear some strange noises from next door, don't be alarmed. You know, the witches who are obsessed with real life, they are currently in debates with one another as to whether something called television is good for humans or not. So if you hear loud babbling or ringing sounds, I do apologise. I want to make this experience as comfortable as possible. Right. So we will send this into our lab, okay? So just to gather some information in general about tonight, were there any things that you would like me to write down right now, basically? Because I think it's important that you share your wisdom of your first transformation, as it is not only good to gather these informations in general, it is also important because sometimes it can predict certain events in the future. Obviously, you are a creature of the night, and as every creature of the night, you possess certain powers that others do not. Okay? So, when I talk to our mermaid friends, for instance, they are usually out and about throughout the entire day, so they get a little tired at night from time to time. So their information and their prophecies are not quite as reliable. Alright? So, what I'd like to ask you, have you seen any particular trees on your way here? Any of distinct coloration, or of a different type of season which would be unusual for this specific season? Say, a blooming green branch in the middle of autumn, or a set of crunchy leaves on a spring or summer day. Anything like that? Okay, right. Interesting. I didn't know those grew here, to be honest. That's quite interesting. Well, you see, I also ask this because I have met up with the Fairy Council, and they have unfortunately reported that they are late with the changings of the season. Apparently their son has fallen madly in love with a tiny human. I don't know how it became so tiny, but apparently he is in dire trouble, or in dire need of something, and therefore it is taking a while. But of course the prophecy has foretold us this, so I let them know that they are absolutely fine, and I'm sure that the critters will help along the way, as well as a bird named Shaq. Yes, you may have seen him from time to time. He sings a lot. Yes. Anyway, back to you. So, the same question going for plants, flowers, anything of the liking. Primrose, lavender, honeysuckle, clover, and sage. That's unusual. I know that sage is very protected here in the forest, so one might wonder if some of the witches had something to do with it, because obviously some witches of some regions use different types of sage to cleanse or protect the area. Maybe there is another energy about that we haven't heard of yet. We need to be wary. Very, very careful when we next go into the forest. Right, and did you perhaps find a misty field about? Particularly misty. So uncertain times ahead of us, I see. Interesting. Did you happen to spot a black rat or a white cat? A red canary, interesting. What was it doing? That would mean that arts and crafts are on the way. Interesting. Did you see any badgers or any weasels? I see. Well, I think I will be asking the local wand maker if she has seen or heard anything. I know the recent uproar was that apparently a human went absolutely mad amongst these forests because they were taken by an extraterrestrial being. Now, I do not know if this is true or not. Of course, we know of all these beings, at least surrounding our current galaxy, but one does not know if the human is just saying these things for attention or if it is for some sort of elaborate hoax or whatever. We never know, because humans are not often very truthful. Okay, now obviously we know what the moon looked like tonight. What were you wearing before you transformed? Oh, don't worry, I have new clothing here. That's okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. Alright. That is very good, because that is going to bring good fortune. It is not quite clear if it will be in a few days or weeks, but it is going to happen. You will be pleasantly surprised by this. Interesting. Now, can you, with one of your claws, could you trace this design here on this book? Okay, we'll do it together here. Very good. This is to cast a little protection spell on you, so that when you return to the forest, nothing negative will attach itself to you. These engravings have been on this book for a very long time. This book has been passed down to me generations ago. There we go. And just before you get to the end right there, just stop. Very good. And then we will take some powder here. Seal this area. This is my own recipe. I will not be telling you what it is. There we go. Now I see there's a part of your arm that is already exposed into your humanoid form. So I will grab these little plasters here. Let's disinfect you first here. I'm going to wipe along the skin. Now that I could hear my stomach gurgling, did you eat? You did. Oh good, no human. Thank goodness. I am relieved. So let's just take all mounted these plasters here. And then we will simply apply those here to your arm. How are your ears feeling right now? Yeah? Yeah, don't worry, we can give them a bit of a clean, that's just fine. There. All better. Let's just get rid of this here. Okay, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to be using this little brush here to just see if there is anything. The other side. Okay, well, can you hear properly when I kind of move my fingers like so? Well, just to be sure, I will. Are you a little squeamish when it comes to ears? Because then I'll just give you a little cloth so you can do it yourself. Yeah. Okay, let me just. There we go. And then. There you go. And then you can just gently wipe away on that side. Okay. Yeah. And the other side. Right. Let's just have a little look inside again. Okay, starting with this ear. Yeah, let's just have a little look, see. Though I don't think there's anything. Seems to be just fine. Obviously we'll make sure that it's absolutely fine. And going by that, we can then move on to next few steps. Okay. If you experience any more troubles, then obviously let me know. Now, if I look at you, it looks as though you are not fully aware of what the plan is for the next few weeks. No. Of course, they didn't brief you yet. Well, you see, the next plan would be to befriend the local creatures. Obviously, we tend to travel, and this particular forest can be very well known for new creatures to appear and cause a little trouble, so to say. So it's always best to make friends before you make any foes. Alright, so my suggestion would be that you, when you have fully transformed, you grant a little offering. I would suggest creating little homes, maybe by scratching away the earth in some little parts of the forest where maybe some smaller creatures can find a new place to stay, or perhaps you could hollow out an old tree so that some more pixies, fairies, elves, whatever, can find their new homes there. And of course you could also leave food offerings, although I will say that can be a little bit tricky at times because some creatures and their food habits and their likes and dislikes, they kind of cancel each other out at times. So, for instance, if you were to put out strawberry jam, the fairies would love you. But if you left it out for some of the unicorns, they might not like it as much. They actually might leave an unwanted gift next to it, unless you are looking for some good replenishing items for your garden. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but maybe you can think of some things. Yes, but for the time being, of course, I really, really want you to rest, okay? It's not easy having your first transformation. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we should make a follow-up appointment, don't you think? Yeah, to really kind of discuss in depth what you can expect from your next transformations. Just look through my book here when my next appointments are. Let's see. Oh, what's this? Oh. Okay. A letter from the Dryad. Well, the main Dryad of this family here. I shall look at this in a moment. Let's say, how about in... is 3 weeks too long? I suppose not, if it's... Well, you've been given the main briefing, I know that. What I'm looking for. Actually, how about you just point down something here on the calendar, because I also don't know when you're free, so... anything here. Okay, and that's alright with you? Yeah. What time should I write down for you? Yeah, okay. That sounds good. I can definitely work with that. And next time you come over, I will have some potions prepared for you, okay? So those potions will, for instance, be able to keep you in your werewolf form for a little longer. They can also prevent transformation if you should be in a social gathering where you just simply cannot transform. It could give you another 2 to 3 hours time, okay? And of course, moon water, very, very important. Lots of health benefits for you, not only for regular creatures but also for you. So you really just need to rest in this time, okay? It's very, very important for you to rest. So I would ask you to go through the hallway over there and then pick a room of your choosing, and then you just put a card in the door so that I know that you're in there. Okay? If you hear some strange noises, I do have a ghoul close by, and I also have a little, well, I'm not quite sure what that is actually. I personally think it's a dragon, but we shall see. There's quite a lot of heads for a dragon, so I don't know. But it's all fireproof and iceproof and everything, the room, so should you need headphones or anything, just let me know. And I will also bring your new clothing to your room, okay? It's nice and warm in there, and there's lots to eat and drink. Okay? And then tomorrow you can make your way back home if you'd like. Okay then. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's very, very important that you get checked out after these types of situations. Okay. Alright. I will see you later in the case.